Alright, let's get started. Here I have just a stand-up paper grinder. To make it work, I have to rotate the grinding head and hold the rest of it with my other hand. So basically, I need some way to rotate this part. I think I'm gonna use gears for that. The main idea is to spin something from the side to make the grinder work, so I add another gear at 90 degrees. That way, when I turn the side wheel, the rotation transfers to the bottom and makes the grinder work. Of course, I also need some way to secure the side wheel in place. I need a way to keep the bottom gear fixed. And obviously, I need a handle so I can hold the whole thing together. So I've started taking some measurements and then realized that paper grinders have different diameters, which means the bottom gear needs to be universal for any size. But the problem is that the grinder itself has to be perfectly centered with the gear wheel, otherwise it just won't work. And here's what I came up with. I use a lathe chuck mechanism. There are different types of this mechanism, but they all work on a similar principle. When you rotate the scroll plate, the jaws move back and forth, farther or closer to the center, but always by the same distance as the other jaws, perfectly fixing the part in the center. And now, it's time to design. First, I make the base of the mechanism. Then I make the jaws. It's time for the scroll plate. Each jaw gets a number. That's important because each one has a slightly different pattern. Instead of using a key, this mechanism will tighten by hand, so I add ridges around the edge for better grip. I also add a slot to align the scroll plate correctly during assembly. Then I duplicate everything for the top. I generate the gears with a plugin, place them where they belong, and trim the excess. Add support for the side gear. It will rotate on a shaft. The cap also gets ridges, so it's easier to twist. Now I add a handle to rotate the side gear. I'll secure it with a snap ring. Next I need the spacer between the parts so they don't shift, and finally I make a handle to hold the whole thing. And now our gadget is ready. But first, I need to print a rough version of the chuck mechanism. Okay, everything looks pretty smooth. It spins freely, that's great. And here comes the first problem. I messed up the clearances and the jaws don't fit into the slots. I'll try to sand them. Nope, that's way off. Alright, let's redo them with an extra 0.1mm clearance. Now that's better, exactly what I needed. Okay, let's put it all together. Oh yeah, just as planned, even better. Let's try clamping the paper grinder. Perfect. It holds really tight. Let's test another grinder. And it's still great. I can't even shake it around and it stays solid. But the next morning, when I tested it again, I noticed the mechanism clamps unevenly, which makes the rotation jam. See, it forms a triangle. Yesterday during testing I felt something, but I didn't think much of it. And the only fix I could think of was to add more jaws to spread the force evenly. Okay, now we're ready to print all the parts. Finally, the print took a whole day. Okay, let's assemble it. I left only 3 jaws in the top mechanism, since the paper grinder body is usually made of glass and it doesn't deform. Nice! I still haven't tried assembling the 6-jaw version, so I'm a bit nervous. And it works perfectly. I'm so happy. Let's screw on the bottom gear. And attach the grinder right away. Perfect. Now let's screw the handle to the top mechanism. Insert and secure the shaft with the side gear. Attach the top part to the grinder. assemble the side gear. First the handle, then the locking ring. Nice. And finally, the last piece. But before the final test. Hey there, this is my very first YouTube video. If you liked it, you know what I have to do. Please subscribe to support me and don't hesitate to leave your opinion in the comment section. More content is on the way, so stay tuned. Alright, the moment of truth. Oh yeah, just as I planned. No more workout before eating. I can't believe it works this well. I could stand here using this thing all day. Okay, maybe I overdid it. Bye.